Hello everybody and welcome back. So today I'm going to be starting off by priming my skin with the Milk Makeup Blur Stick. This is my first time trying this product. Doesn't smell too great apparently. Alright, so I'm just going to be applying that kind of under the eye area, in and around my nasolabial folds, around my nose, just anywhere where I have kind of large pores or I find my foundation tends to separate over the course of the day, which admittedly does happen. Alright, so for my foundation, I'm going to be going into my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation with my Real Techniques buffing brush. I'm going to zip through this because you guys obviously know how I put on my foundation. This is not news. Although if you do want something a little bit more in-depth on how I apply my foundation, the products I use, the colors I use, etc., just let me know. I'll do something a little bit more in-depth. But business as usual right now, popping my foundation on with my buffing brush, and I think we're pretty self-explanatory there. Alrighty, so next I'm going to be trying this product out for the first time. This is the Uemura Hard Formula Brow Pencil. I didn't quite understand why it was called Hard Formula Brow Pencil until right there. As you can see, I'm having a little bit of difficulty. I don't understand. It's a pencil, but it's not drawing. Okay, what kind it is? Alright, so moving on. Turns out you do actually need to warm the product a little bit. But honestly, once I got this thing working, I am so impressed with this brow pencil. I expected the color to be all wrong. I kind of just guessed. It's fantastic. It draws on a beautiful ashy color. It's easy to manipulate. It's easy to blend. And it just makes your brows look amazing. Now I know why this is kind of a cult formula product, because it's really, really good. Honestly, I was very pleasantly surprised. And I will be using this from now on to shape my brows. I'm very, very happy with this. Yeah, okay. Alrighty, moving on. I'm going to be setting and texturizing my brows with my Benefit Gimme Brow in shade number 5. You guys know I don't go anywhere without this stuff in my brows. It is my holy grail brow product. It is my Desert Island brow product. It's fantastic. Like I said. Alrighty, so going into Tempera on my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, I'm going to be setting the area of my eyes, which I have primed off camera, and this is just going to set the primer so that everything blends very nicely. So to do that, I'm going to be using my Real Techniques fluffy blending brush. Alright, going into this new palette that I'm trying today is the Natasha Denona 5-color eyeshadow palette. And I'm starting off with the only matte shade in the, I was going to say in the quad, but in the quintet? Anyways, so I'm just going to be running that through as a transition shade. And then I'm going to be taking my Tom Ford, I almost said paint pot, that's not right. My Tom Ford cream color eyeshadow in the color Titanium on my Mikasa shader brush. I'm just going to be using this as a base just to kind of make everything pop a little bit more. I'm also going to be running that underneath the eye. I don't know how to make this look sexy. I really I really don't know how to make this look sexy. Alrighty, so taking that same Mikasa shader brush, I'm going into the darkest purple color of the palette, and I'm going to be running that along the outer V of the eye and smoking that up into the crease. This is going to create the start of kind of an ombre look that I decided to do with the metallics. I'm just blending it now with my MAC 226 with no additional product on the brush, just to soften the edges. All right now, and I'm also just going back in with that transition shade again on that same furless brush, just to soften the gradient. All right, now for the sexy part, I'm going to be taking that purple and trying to pop it underneath my eye and blending it, trying to find the sexiest, most appealing way to do this, but I don't know. I don't know how to make this look nice. Anyways, just blending and buffing those edges out, joining the bottom lash line with the top lash line to make everything seamless. Alrighty, so the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking the second deepest shade in this palette, and I'm going to be starting that metallic gradient, and then following up with the lightest metallic shade closest to the inner corner to continue that metallic gradient. It's super easy. All you have to do is just pop the colors in the different areas of your eye, and then just gently diffuse and blend into the color beside it. Taking that metallic shade, popping that into the inner corner there, and again, just going in with my MAC 226 with no product. This is just a clean blending brush, just to soften it. Alrighty, so I'm going in with that lightest metallic shade of the palette, and I'm going to be highlighting underneath my brow bone. You don't have to do this step. You can do something a little bit more matte if you prefer, but I wanted to kind of test the versatility of the palette, so I decided to give it a try. Alright, so the intensity of that dark purple kind of got blended away, so I'm just going back in with that initial shading brush that we used from BECCA Beauty, and I'm just going to re-establish that pigmentation in the area. Blend it out. Right on. Okay, so for concealer, I'm going to be going into my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color Fair. Just going to be haphazardly placing dots all over my face. No, I'm kidding. Just doing dots because, to be honest, this concealer is so pigmented, you really don't need to cake this on. On camera, it may look great if you cake it on, but in real life, it's not going to look very attractive. It's going to show a lot of texture on the skin, and as much as YouTube looks are fantastic to be inspired by, real life situations often don't necessarily require that much makeup. Alrighty, so I'm just going to be blending that in now with my Real Techniques buffing brush. Same brush I used for my foundation. You don't need to worry about using 10 different brushes here. Use what you have, use what works. Alrighty, so this is another new product I'm going to be trying today. This is the Too Cool for School Loose and Silly Matte Powder with SPF 25, I believe. And it's kind of interesting. It's got this like cushion applicator, which I'm having difficulty figuring out. But it's really nice. It says it's matte, but it gives the skin a little bit of a luminosity still, and your skin doesn't look super flat. So far I'm enjoying that one. And now I'm going to be bronzing my skin with my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer and my Chanel bronzing brush. This was kind of a splurge purchase. You really don't need to use this expensive of a brush to put bronzer on your face, but treat yourself. Alright, so this blush actually came in my Sephora birthday gift. I'll list the name down below of what the blush actually is, but it's really, really beautiful. I expected it to be a little bit too orange, but I really like the way the warm tones interacted with the metallics in the eye area. Plus this blended into my bronzer really nicely. Tarte blushes are always fantastic pigmented options. Alright girl, time for that glow. Oh yeah. I'm going to be using Champagne Pop. Blinding you guys and the camera. I'm just going to be taking that on my Real Techniques fan brush, and I'm going to be popping that onto the cheekbones and slightly around my temples. I really want to accentuate the glow, and I think this will be a nice balance with the metallic shades on the eyes. Alright, so taking that onto the chin, the Cupid's bow, and the tip and slightly the bridge of my nose, just to even out the glow a little bit.
Okay, let this be heard by all. Sarah is not doing a winged liner this time. She's not doing a winged liner this time.
Alright, so you heard it. Sarah's not doing a wing liner today. She's going to be doing a very subtle pencil liner without a wing. So for that, I'm going to be going into my Hourglass. This is the mechanical gel eyeliner pencil. This stuff's really fantastic. It's so tiny, and you don't think that it would be useful because it's so tiny, but it really works really well. It deposits color really nicely. Alright, so for mascara, I'm going to be going into my Marc Jacobs mascara. I love this mascara. It leaves the lashes volumized and fluffy, but not crunchy. I hate crunchy lashes. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine. So if my mascara leaves my lashes crunchy, it just, I don't know, it just grosses me out. Anyways, this mascara is absolutely fantastic. Similar to the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, although it doesn't dry out as quickly. So I'm just going to be taking my sweet time, applying that to top and bottom lashes. Alright, so for my lips today, I'm going to be going in with another little part of my Sephora birthday gift. This is a Tarte lip paint. I thought this color was going to be a little bit too nude for my liking, but it actually worked with the look really, really well. And I'm going to be popping the Smashbox metallic liquid lipstick in the color Petal Metal on top, and that finishes the look. I hope you guys like it, and if you have any comments, questions, concerns, please leave them in the drop-down box below, and I will see you next time.